Deadman back with another zombie survival tip. Now, the thing is about the zombie survival tips and, the whole zombie apocalypse that's going to happen is the fact that we are going to face some really ugly truths out there, folks. We really are. No matter how you like to take this or think about it, there's going to be some very ugly things that we're going to need to own up to as human beings. So what I want to talk to you about now is actually another survival tip is going to be know your dangers. Know your dangers. That's right, folks. I know it's a zombie apocalypse. A lot of you are like, well, dead man, duh. The fucking zombies are going to be a threat. Not really. Not really at all, folks. And the reason I say this is because for a couple of reasons. The number one threat that you're going to face in the zombie apocalypse is not going to be the zombies. It's actually going to be other folk. That's right. It's actually going to be other living, breathing human beings. Let's face it. I mean, these people are trying to survive, same as you, same as me, and they will stop at nothing. Nothing to ensure their survival, to ensure their family's survival. They will take your life to take what you have. Let's not kid each other. Let's not even play this softly. It's true. Your kids are in danger. You're gonna do what needs to be done to make sure they survive this. If somebody else has supplies or you have supplies that somebody else wants, there is no law, folks. It's a zombie apocalypse. Martial law is pretty much out the window. It's survival of the fittest. So your number one absolute danger in a zombie apocalypse is going to be other folk. That's right, other folk. I mean, if you don't believe me, if you really don't believe me, go watch a George A. Romero film. Watch The Walking Dead. These are not perfect examples, but these are things that you need to see that, this is going to be the reality of it. This isn't going to be like, oh, look, we have a common foe. Let's all unite and go that way. Not going to work that way, folks. Not going to work that way at all. If somebody has more food than you, you have more food than somebody, it's going to come down to survival. Second biggest threat you're going to have in the zombie apocalypse is actually going to be law enforcement, the military, and good old boys forming up zombie hunting parties. Because if you're dirty, you're tired, you're worn down, you got torn up clothes, so on and so forth, guess who gets mistaken for a zombie? That's right. Once the shit hits the fan, everybody's going to be pulling the trigger to try to survive. You're going to want to stay clear of these folks. You're going to want to stay clear of barricades. And I'm not saying that they're a bad thing. What I'm saying is that you have to be extremely careful. Because the slightest inclination, trust me, they're going to pull the trigger. You would. Wouldn't you? Slightest hint of somebody being infected, you'd put a bullet in them. I know I would. I mean, I can't lie about this. And like I said, these are the ugly truths that are going to come out in the zombie apocalypse. So you got to know about them. So stay away from law enforcement. Make sure that your good old boys around your town or city or wherever you are, that you're gonna this is gonna be an initial reaction to the infection. These guys are all gonna take up arms. They're all gonna go try to be heroes, and you might get caught in the crossfire. So watch your friends closer than you watch your foes. Third biggest threat is, of course, going to be the stenches, the zombies, the ghouls, the bad guys, the flesh eaters. If you don't know how to kill a zombie by now, take out the brain, folks. Take out the brain. I know there was a tip out there that I read once that said take out the brain stem at the base of the brain. Good tip, bad in practice. You want to take out the brain, period. Best place to do it is right here in the ocular cavity. That's right, between temple and temple. This is it. This is your clear zone. This is the weakest part of the skull. Less chance of your blade getting stuck. We were talking earlier about, me and a friend were talking earlier about the three kinds of zombies. There's flesh eaters, brain eaters, and the beaters. The beaters are the ones that just want to literally rip you limb from limb. They don't want to consume you. They just want to kill you. The flesh eaters and the brain eaters should be self-explanatory. If not, really? Anyways, either way, go for the brain. Go for the brain. Doesn't matter if you use a firearm or a blade. I always recommend blades. You've seen my previous videos. But in the end, you know, threats are real. And the worst of it all is that the real threat comes from the living. So, when all this happens, steel yourself. Steel yourself. Make sure you're strong enough to do this. Because the shit will hit the fan, and people will eat each other, figuratively and literally. Well, that's it for now, folks. Stay tuned for more zombie survival tips, more movie reviews, more gamer rants. This is Deadman, signing off for now.